Welcome to Divinity Original Sin 2. I am so excited to play this game. I've played Act 1 of it so far on my own, and I really thought it would be fun to play on my channel because I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 can run on my computer and be recorded at the same time. I can play it on my computer. I've beat the game once, Baldur's Gate 3 I have, but I don't think it will be able to run if I record at the same time. But Divinity Original Sin 2 can. Fingers crossed, I'm recording right now, so let's get to it. Okay, we're gonna play in Explorer mode because I'm really bad at this game. I love these games, but I'm very bad at them, if that makes sense. Here's our companions! I'm so excited. I love them. This is gonna be so fun. Yes, I love strategy games. I liked Baldur's Gate 3, of course, but I'm not always smart with battle, if that makes sense. Okay, here we go. So obviously you can play as the different characters if you want to, and it gives you a little bit of information about them, but I prefer to play as myself, as my own. Let's see. I normally choose Elf. I think they have the most to do in Act 1 at least that connects to the rest. You can be a lizard too, which is so fun. And you can be undead, but that makes the game so much harder. Alright, so this is definitely the hardest part, is picking what you're going to start as. I think Knight might be a good one. Something that can do a lot of slamming. Ooh, look at the Battle Mage outfit. Wow, look at how long the necks are. I think I'm going to go with Inquisitor. I think that'll be fun. And I'm just going to leave those as they are. Okay, so the only talent, it can only have one talent. I think Executioner is fine for now. You can also do tags, which change some of the things you can do. So, let's see. I think our character is definitely a soldier. And we'll say they're a jester too, because we can be funny. And we can pick an instrument that will play at like important parts of our story. And it changes the music, isn't that so cool? I think we're gonna go with the oud. I think that's how you say it. Okay, now we need a name. What do you think I'm gonna pick? If you've watched any other episode, I always name my characters that way. Okay, we're ready. Let's go. Yes, I'm done. Story time. I love it. Just absorb the music. Get into the vibe.
It all happened like I knew it would.
They remind me of Gelflings from The Dark Crystal. Favorite movie, favorite TV show, to be honest.
Source magic. And like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed.
She's
the rebel
so slay.
panicked. The carnage began.
I mean, she's evil, but she's so slay.
The magisters pointed their fingers at me.
Well, you started it.
Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy.
There they are. There's the main characters.
I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Woohoo! Oh, I'm dead.
So, still a bit groggy, are we?
Kinda.
Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Okay. Rude. I'm source muted. Well,
So it wasn't a dream after all.
afraid not. Time to snoop though. Let's see what we can find. Nothing. I forget. In the tutorial, there's not a lot you can do. Ooh, I'll take 18 gold though. Listen, I don't know if it's necessary to take all this stuff, but I am a firm believer in the idea of getting everything. Here we are. Read. We have too long presumed source as a virtuous part of civil society, yet we need look no further into the past than the Source King's reign to understand the havoc such magics may wreak. One day, another order must follow in the Source Hunter's footsteps. Sorcerers must be muted. The new model of Source Colors provided by Redeman is proving most effective. So essentially, they don't believe that anyone who can use the Source is safe. Which is interesting because I think the Source is like magic. However, I can use all my stuff. So it's interesting because I don't actually know what constitutes magic here, but you know. Ooh, a pepper and a bottle of water. All right, lady, what now?
Why, you're looking... There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Yeah, these people are horrible.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
Okay.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
The last thing you remember is hoisting your 15th pint. Is this the Ram's Head Lou?
Don't you dare! If you violate the virtue of my carpet, I'll do a good thing worse and put a collar around your neck.
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
You didn't like my joke?
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits.
Bruh.
Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy.
Okay.
A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source.
Yeah, I'll just leave. Can I read this? The Source King insists there are no magics too foul, even those that would block or even remove the source within an individual. I delight in his madness. It is an invitation to manipulate all which we once believed immutable. He provides all manner of experimental subjects. The text beneath lists a series of hexes and materials required for muting source. Some of those objects are circled in black ink and annotated as follows. Helm, collar, mask. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, look, a dead body.
Good gods.
There's been a murder.
There's been a murder here.
Ooh,
What the
ugly
heck?
sight, isn't it?
Yes.
Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Asks why she's letting you so close to the crime scene. For all she knows, you could be the
She
killer.
looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
Okay, but it could have been me.
You're one of the
in my
only
sleep.
indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Ask if she's investigating her fellow magisters as well. One of them could have easily done this.
Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, there wouldn't be a Magister. It looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest, well, you see the evidence in front of you. Listen, I could use someone to keep their... Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Okay. I'm not going to respond to that because I don't know. I don't think I did that quest before. I think I just forgot about it. Here's all the people.
Be good, you scallywags.
First person.
There you are. Wife. Would you
Ah.
please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Play along and take her arm with a grin. Tell the children they must be
How
mistaken.
very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeve refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Say that's true enough. Shake her hand, Los, you presume?
You presume right.
Tell her she ought to have a look around with you. You can watch each other's backs.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Okay.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Yeah, that girl got some problems. You know who definitely will be calm and normal? Sybil. Definitely. Don't worry about
An
her.
elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
The voice actor is the voice actor for the Inquisitor in Dragon Age Inquisition.
She
I love
chuckles.
it.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Ask if you may join her.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
Frown. Whose fate is she deciding?
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Decide it's probably best to
She
take your
smiles
leave.
contemptuously.
Just a kitten in a corner, aren't we?
Well, I didn't even do anything to you. Let's see. Ifan!
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with
Can't
scarred
see
arms
him.
folded.
There he
A
is.
sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
For some reason, your instinct cries out to salute Ifan, but you hold yourself
He
back.
leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the Summon
Ew.
Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Ask Ifan why the Magister suspects him of murder.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing
Oh,
far
that's
back from
unfortunate.
Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Ask Ifan what he did to find himself at the mercy of a subordinate.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Say that you're still curious about the murder. Did he do it?
No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He
I believe
glances
you.
over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Ifan
take
performs
my
an
leave.
elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Alright, we'll talk to the Red Prince as well.
Well, well, what have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
I can't remember where his voice is from. He voices something else too. I
The
think about
lizard
it all
looks
the
you up and
time.
down,
I guess I could look
like
it up,
a farmer
couldn't I?
would a fetching horse.
Okay.
All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Mumbled through clenched jaws. What on earth is he
I'm
doing?
inspecting your teeth. In case that wasn't spectacularly obvious.
Yes, but why?
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now,
Bruh.
to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
I'll answer truthfully. I can hardly tell a turkey from a turnip.
Oh, goodness, no. Don't even mention the demon's testes that are turnips. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short,
I can.
tailor?
I can crochet. I don't know if that counts, but...
oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more.
Bruh.
A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance?
Of course.
The delicate art of cosmetics.
I don't
is what
wear
I'm
makeup
after.
very often, but I do know how to put on makeup. I used to wear it every day, but that was crazy.
I suppose that's a start. So,
Oh, did I click the
3
basics?
questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can tailor and groom, but you have the taste buds of a dung beetle.
I didn't say that. I just said I couldn't cook.
Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
Stare at him blankly. He thinks you're his what now?
My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of this honor to sink in.
Bruh.
Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoo!
Okay. Here's
A
Beast.
broad dwarf sits totally
Hello,
upright on
Beastie.
the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, kiddo. You hear that?
Ask what you're meant to be hearing.
A ship, of course.
Quiet it and listen to the sounds
A
of the
wave
ship.
of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
Tell him the sea sounds angry, like it's trying to capsize
The
the
fellow
ship.
cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger. It's
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close.
Close your eyes and try to let the ambient sounds of the ship fade
There now,
away.
just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news.
Not you heard it. What's it supposed to be?
It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Pardon my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Ask why he's so excited about reaching Fort Joy. You haven't heard anything good about the place.
Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank ye kindly, kiddo.
Cock an eyebrow. If he's hatching an escape plan, you want in.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Interesting. And Vane, who's laughing at a book.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail.
Hi.
He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ears and prodding your nose.
Okay.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Ask whether the book he's reading is any good. He seems engrossed in it.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Say the memories of the past are precious to your people. At least they were until your homelands were destroyed.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already.
Okay.
No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before.
Well, I don't know.
Where did these gods come from?
I don't know.
Who are their people?
I don't know.
Where are the others of their kind?
Admit that some things just aren't known.
Of course you don't have any useful information.
Bruh.
Why did I expect anything else?
Some of these people are so rude.
Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Insist. Why was he so curious about the gods?
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Fine. I think I'm supposed to go in there.
Here's the register, ma'am.
Oh,
Good,
yes.
good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Tell him you're fine.
Glad to hear it. You head on
I'm
in
not
now.
having a conversation with
Williams
the
will get you
guard
sorted fast.
about how I feel. That would be a bad idea. Okay. It's the witch!
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. Of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
Hi.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good
Oh.
God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Address the sorcerer and ask her what she meant by there are others whose lives must
It
end.
means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
Wish I had that skill.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Uh-oh. That ain't good. I told you that weren't gonna be good. Well, we're alive for now.
What's happened?
We need to get off the ship after we steal some stuff. Oh, poor puppy. Get out of here, puppy. Get out of here. Yep. I'm on fire now. Oh, this is not good. These people
Damn it.
are dead.
Need to get off this wreck, and quick.
After we loot their stuff, girl.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb.
Pull open the door.
It doesn't budge.
Yank my hand away. Let's talk to Thane. Read. Death fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Day out, you and Rick's both. If anyone starts fooling around, let's take the key, and we'll take the cup, because why not? Thane, what are you
pass
doing?
through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead.
Surprise!
The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
He's not an elf.
The skeleton
He's a
looks up
skeleton.
and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
Ask if he shouldn't be doing the same. The ship is going
The
down.
skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given.
Bruh.
Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are
But
the
you
most
could
I
get
have to
stuck.
fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore.
Sure.
Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
Snap that at least you're doing something. You could be saving lives instead of just reading.
The skeleton holds up his book in one quick, frustrated movement.
I am trying to discover if there is anyone worth saving.
Bruh.
I will be damned if I let the lives of some mayflies get in my way. Go on, go.
I forgot
Swim
how-
or drown or do whatever takes your fancy. I have a book to read.
Forgot how annoying he is at the beginning.
The moment you touch the door,
I'll use my
the door
key.
groans open, but an ashen
Yeah, so the death fog. Yeah, I can't go over there now because of the death fog. But I can wear pants. My first fight. That guy's dead. Alright. We need to attack this guy. Bonk. Oh, he did bonk me back. But that one walked directly in the poison, so. Alright, bonk it again. Bonk this one. What you can do is based on these down here. As long as you don't use up all of them. Just keep going. Like that. Oh. Uh-oh. They are dead.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
Hey!
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
The ship trembles beneath your feet, but the kid's right. Say you'll go back to the lower deck and look for survivors.
Thank you. There's
You're
a ladder
welcome.
right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
Hey, it's nice to help people. Let's go.
Or get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void Woken!
Time to kill. Bonk. Ooh, killed in one hit. Congrats to me.
Worms, take you!
Worms.
We're
take-
about to try us.
Just turn into Mudman.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
Oh no, you should have attacked me. Not her.
I've faced worse.
Be fine. That's all they can do. I love when they just walk and that's it. Wow, fireball. That'll do it. Alright, come on guys, come on. Let's get out. Oop, it's Magister C1.
It's magic.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound.
She's dying. There's nothing done. Leave to
Bloody
fend for
bubbles
herself.
froth from her mouth.
Yeah, she gonna die. Sorry, but not sorry. You imprisoned me. Oh! Don't leave without me! Wait! Ah! That thing definitely killed that. Yep. It definitely did that. Is that me down in the ocean?
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Who did that? Who said that?
Honorable Dallas, we
And
lost
music.
a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Huh. Ooh, look. We're on a beach. Not unlike Baldur's Gate.
Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship.
Isn't it so pretty?
Am I the lone survivor?
No, we're not the lone survivor.
Seems something wanted me alive.
Isn't it so pretty here? It's just, I love it.
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
This is a terrifying statue. Creepy man. Creepy. Creepy paper. It's beautiful. Like, I don't even know how old this game is, but like, it's gorgeous. You know? I love, like, it's got its own style. You know? Its own personality. Oh, there's something over there. Voidwoken. I'm gonna kill you.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
But they won't make it in past this.
I know you.
What? It speaks? Why would they speak? I don't even know that. I did Act 1, but I don't remember any answers to any questions I had. One more hit? Boingus.
Thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Apparently not.
Drowned and eaten
Ooh.
by a Voidwoken.
Perfect. Alright, let's go find some friends. Ah, yes, Sir Laura. Let me pick up this shell for no reason. I don't have to speak with animals, though, but they will follow me around. Which is cute. Read. A word of advice to the badly armed: tie your knife or shiv, if that's all you have, to a stick or a branch. Now you've got a sword of sorts. I learned how to make things. It's the Red Prince. staring out at the water. It is pretty water.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
Greet him heartily and say you're glad to see he survived the
The
shipwreck.
lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
Hi.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hole.
Well, you're welcome.
You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Tell him you're glad to be of help. Doesn't do to stand idly by when people are in danger.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we?
Okay.
Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it.
Okay.
You may as well have your freedom.
Well, as much
Now
freedom
then,
as possible.
If there's nothing further.
Wonder what he plans to do next.
If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Say that you see memories, childhood days spent in the sun.
Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
I mean, the water does look nice.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Ask what he means by lost exactly.
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
Tell him you've never heard of an abacus that can tell who people are.
Well, more's the damn pity, isn't it? For I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror,
Okay.
the World Tamer,
Okay.
the Spouse of the Sun.
You're married to the sun?
Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment.
Yes.
The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
Say that you two have this and that to sort out. He's welcome to tag along if he wants.
This and that. Tag along. Do you really
I like
mean to
making him
compare
upset.
the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix?
Yes.
On the other hand,
Exactly.
I really could do with a dog's body.
What's a dog's body?
You've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition.
Yes.
For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind.
Right, I remember.
I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
I promise.
Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
I love these because you can pick exactly what they're made for, or you can change it up if you're looking for a specific type. But a fighter is fine.
Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
So we're frenemies.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince.
Right.
Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings.
Right.
Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
First party member! They all have such personalities. You know, each character. Hello, kitty.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
Hi.
Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Huh. You're not gonna let me up there, kitty? Secret cave? Secret cave. Fun. And who would be here but Fane?
Wonder where this leads.
Right to Fane. Hi, buddy.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Ew.
Bugger.
Yeah.
How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor?
I'll cough politely.
Ah! No! Stay
Excuse
back!
me?
Don't...
It's just
Oh.
me.
It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
Admit that you're surprised to find him here. Why did he head for a prison island?
It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for.
Mm-hmm.
I chased her here, but she rather seems to have given me the slip. Thus...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
Nod towards the corpse. Anything valuable there?
Oh, yes. An exceptionally common, but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face. A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull.
Well,
I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
ask why he needs to make a mask.
Because my own was stolen from me.
I know that,
And the
but...
idea of being chased across Rivalon by every idiot with a torch does not appeal.
Okay.
Oh, get away, monster! Hide the children! Oh. You are simple beasts. And you simply do not like my... Well, not my kind, but those that look like me.
Right, well, I don't have a problem.
If I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features.
Tell him that he's washed up on the shores of Fort Joy. This is a prison. He's not traversing anything.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I have important things to do on Reaper's Coast.
Okay.
I cannot simply sit about waiting for the rest of you to die so I may continue my business in peace. No. I may be an eternal, but my patience has its limits. Indeed. I may be the only eternal. My people seem rather absent, at least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers.
It sounds like he needs a companion. Ask if he'd like to travel with you.
I suppose, circumstances being what they are, it could be advantageous. You seem more at ease in this world than I...
Well, I live here.
A guide would certainly be useful.
Nod. It could work out well for the both of you.
Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in, well, all things.
Okay.
Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality.
Yes, being a wizard is
I can do that
fine.
with one hand behind my spine. Now, shall we get on?
That settles
Splendid.
it.
Very well.
Let's be off after I loot this. He wants us to make him a mask so he can look human. Let's go find more peoplies.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use.
Dallas.
Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
I'd rather not get noticed for now.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue
my
with 2
gosh.
fingers and brings her dagger to its root. her eyes squeezed shut.
I knew it was going to happen, but it's still gross.
My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it.
Right, because those are the only two choices.
Yes, Your Holiness.
I believe we're done here.
Yep, she did do that.
What a waste.
She did kill that girl.
Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't want to see Dallas again. Here's Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne.
Dear one, help me teach this beast. He must respect.
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you go?
We're all trapped here?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff.
Stand beside
Especially not
Yvonne
one of you.
and tell the thug to back off.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined
I have a
threat.
club, and I'll beat you with it.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
Sure.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Okay.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work.
Thanks.
I can tell you've got chops.
I try.
Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
Yes.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
Smile and reach out a hand to shake his.
He grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land.
Okay.
I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours.
Yes.
I've just got a small errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here, while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
An errand? Tell him that sounds slippier than a void woken eel.
Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him, hair raising a ridge along its back. Without batting an eyelid, the man rumbles a lupine growl. The cat hides behind your leg, mewling.
Don't be mean to Kitty. Shrug, we all do what we have to do to survive.
That's the truth. For me, for you, for everyone in this place. Why not help each other get out of here?
You're keen to get out of here. How does he think that'll happen?
The usual way. Haphazard,
Yeah.
terrifying, and drenched in blood.
Sounds right.
Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. Heads are better than one. And when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
Nod.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick it can
will
do.
keep you as a wayfarer.
He scans the
Right you are. Lead the way.
Next person in our team. Okay, I wanted to follow that elf, but I think I talked to him for too long. There's Sybil. Hi, Sybil. What you doing? Just crouching over here.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll. Or so she said. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze.
Approach her and ask what has her so enamored with that lizard.
No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold.
Of course.
You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into your
Please
neck.
don't kill me.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, so I can decide your fate here and now.
I'm just another elf like her, maybe a less temperamental one.
There is no other elf like me.
That's what I just said.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in the side.
Don't kill me.
Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. a curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Wonder why she was stalking that lizard.
Because it is my desire to question him intensely. As for the reason, you're staring at it. You see, once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar, into my cheek. The mark of a slave.
That's not good.
But now I'm free, of sorts. And I've traced that lizard here to Fort Joy.
Good to know.
I intend to raise the subject with him.
Point out you are not that lizard.
She drives the needle in.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance.
I wouldn't do that.
That makes you a liability. That makes you
her an offer. Instead of killing you, she could join
a bright
you.
Sparkle of laughter.
How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist
We
coming.
could be best friends.
I was certain the pitiful begging was about to begin.
No, let's be friends.
Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you?
Say you're planning your escape and you need people of talents like hers.
Escape? How you do tickle me.
We're gonna get out of here.
Most of the misguided dears around here would argue such a thing is impossible.
Remind her you saved her from certain death back on that ship, just saying.
Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do?
Bruh, you're kind of
You know
scaring
what?
me.
Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live.
Thank you.
I'm not quite sure.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Girl, you're crazy.
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. As a rogue,
You'll be a
what
rogue,
suits
that's
me
fine.
Then follow me. But wait, you seem to have quite a few followers.
Yes, so I can't exactly have any more people in my party. But I think these are the people I want to stick with for now. But we need to find... We never found Beast. I'm pretty sure Beast is on a beach somewhere. And Los is somewhere up here. Right there. Hi, girly. I just want to chat with you. You're not going to join my party, I think, but...
Hey, I know you.
Hi.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube. And you were you. Glad to see you made it. Nothing
Thank
like
you.
a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape?
I tried to make a run for the boat, but I didn't make it. The rest is
I
blurry.
saw you fall. We all did. Thought you were done for.
Yeah.
When we get out of this place, I owe you a pint.
Thanks.
So you managed to swim to safety, is that it? What about when you were in the water? Didn't hear anything unusual, did you?
There was a strange voice that seemed to want me to survive.
I heard the same thing.
Oh.
Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only.
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks.
Gently call out to her and ask if she's all right.
Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours. Dark pupils dilated into great black voids.
Yeah.
Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Hi.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
We were discussing the shipwreck.
Oh, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more to say about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Papa Joris used to tell me, Losa, he'd say, Losa, you ever find yourself in a sinking ship? Follow the rats. They'll find you a way out. Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend to know what's what.
Ask if she can explain what she was doing just a moment ago.
It's nothing really. It's just, I'm just a bit hospitable.
Tell her she's going to have to elaborate.
Put it like this. You've never been a host, I bet. That's because you're an infested clump of leaves on the side of the road.
Okay.
That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you.
Oh.
But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
Ask her how many beings she's hosting at the moment.
Feels like just one, strangely enough. Big one, though. Don't know its name yet, either. It takes time for them to get comfortable and introduce themselves. So, how are you enjoying the joy?
Say the Magister's called you in. Something about being a danger to yourself and society.
Yeah, same story here. Reckon in my case, they might actually be right, though. So,
Well, but I don't
wanna
think you
check
should
this
be
place out
sourced
together?
and stuff.
Strength in numbers and all that.
Sounds like a
It
good
does,
idea.
right? Before we head out, I've got
Yes.
lately I've been into the
You're
enchanting arts,
enchanting.
but sounds fine. Yeah? Hey,
Alright,
wait a second.
she can't join yet, but we might switch out. We will switch out eventually for these people. I just love, I mean, even the first place, and I mean, there's so many people to talk to. I mean, this guy just talked to me
Right? Are you
randomly.
quite alone?
I am.
In that case, listen up. You must think me mad to approach a stranger, but this camp is full of cowards and I'm running out of time. Fast. Too fast. Way too fast.
What are you
I've
planning?
been here a long time. Longer than anyone else. People get taken sometimes. Some folks say they get cured. I don't know if I believe it, and I don't want to wait and find out. I have a way out of here. Are you interested?
Sure.
Atta girl. Who wouldn't? The plan's simple. Completely foolproof. There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. Then I can use my spell to free you in turn. It's found its way into a nest of crocodilians on a secluded beach nearby.
I'll take care of it. I actually don't think I will be escaping that way because there are lots of different ways to escape. But it's good to know the options open if I want to escape alone. Look at the crab! Septa, the ineffable. I wish I had speak with animals. Oh, there he is! Beast! Without his hat.
Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the effort of wrenching the plank free, to no avail.
Hail, you recognize this fellow from the ship. Tell him you're glad to see he made it away from the wreck.
Eh?
Hi.
Oh, that. Won't be my first or last roll on a lost boat. Reckon I might have had a harder time of it without your help, though. Bravery on the high seas is rewarded tenfold in the hall, you know.
Thanks.
Now, if you'll excuse me...
The dwarf spits into each of his callous...
Ask him if he needs a hand.
Go on then, give it a go.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose.
Got it.
And the plank promptly crumbles to pieces in your hand.
Oh.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I... loosened her up.
He winks and flips a gold coin
Oh,
towards
thank
you.
you.
It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
For your trouble.
Thank him with a nod.
I suppose it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap, but I couldn't help myself from trying.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
Plan B? Ask if he's planning an escape.
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding
We're
whether
all
to
planning to
trust.
escape, man.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment.
Say that if he's getting out, you want in.
Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you.
Reach out and shake his hand. You'd be glad to have him as an ally.
That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast.
I've heard of a dwarf called Beast before. Among the rank and file, he's known as the Hawk of the High Seas.
Well, there's a new one. Hawk of the High Seas, eh? I like it.
Ask what he plans to do once he escapes.
I'll tell you when you're older. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us. Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean. I've been up and down the realm so often.
He's a battle mage.
Then it's settled.
Sounds
Capital.
good.
Aye.
Yes, there's no room yet, but one day, Beast, you will join me. Sir? Huh?
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead.
So this is from Red's perspective, so I have to answer what I think Say you've had quite enough of these shenanigans. Who are they? Come on, out with it.
Pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich man when you're 6 feet under. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance.
Unfortunately, it will not be that easy. No! Oh, he's on fire. Don't do it. Oh, they're blinded. Okay, we'll try and hit him, buddy. Okay, try. Okay, that's all you can do. But I'm good. I'll hit him for you. Wow. Oh. Yes. Hit him with 3 of your 5 daggers. You didn't need to be so close, and now you're on fire. I wasn't trying to do that. And you can just bow and arrows him. See, this is how I do combat. It's not great. I set 2 of my characters on fire. And now he's invisible! Naren, you have served me well in the past. You will do so again. Use the scroll included with this letter and cast it in a public square in Arx. You'll be arrested for source use and shipped to Fort Joy. Once on the island, you will search for a red-skinned lizard. You will kill him. You will cut the body to pieces. You will ensure no magic in the world can restore him back to life. You have your orders. He got sent here just to do that?
Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat.
He seems awfully relaxed for someone who was just the target of an assassin.
Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some poor fool's purse and bid him kill the prince.
Mentioning that would have been helpful.
Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to do a lot better if they seek to get the better of me.
Okay.
All those bumblers they've sent so far mark a mere insult to my swordsmanship.
Okay. Sure. Alright, well I think that's where I'm going to end this episode. Let me know if you enjoyed this and if you want to see more. This game is very big, so there's plenty of things I can do in this game if you want to see it. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you next time.